Hello everyone, hi, welcome to the channel of Wall Street Mojo. Friends, today we're going to learn a concept which is par value of the stock, a sub-part of the balance sheet or a part of the balance sheet. As you can see over here in the extract that has been taken, the common stock $1 par value for this number of shares. This was the authorized, that is the shares, number of shares that they can legally issue, and the shares issue which are actually been issued. This is what we are looking for. Let's understand this in a detailed format. See, par value of the stock is the legal per share value that appears on the share. So this par value of the stock is usually small. It can be $0.01 or $0.0001 and so on and so forth, and is not connected to the market value of the shares. And also you need to note that the par value of the stock is quite different than that of the par value of the bond. There needs to be a clear distinction that should be made. In the case of the par value of the bond, the par value is the issued price of the bond. On the other hand, the par value of the stock, this is what? The issued price, and for the stock it's the legal capital of the company, right? Let's understand the par value of accounting. Let's say if a company stock is issued, the stock that has been issued, let's say it is issued at $100. Now this is per share. Okay, a very mere amount of that is called as the par value of the common stock, and it is just, let's say, standing at 0.1 or 0.01 per share or less, and the rest of the amount would be treated as the additional paid in capital. So for example, if we say that the company P has issued a common stock of $100, the par value of that stock of each share would be 0.01 per share, and additional paid up capital will be deduct this, which is your 99.99 per share. So if we look at the par value accounting entry for the same, it would be something as follows. We'll debit the cash account. This will be debited. Since the cash is an asset and by receiving the money from the shareholders is an enhancement of the asset, cash would be debited. But the actual catch lies in the credit account. We'll credit the common stock account by 0.01 and the additional paid up capital. So this will be standing at 100. This will be standing at 0.01 and the additional paid up capital as 99.99. So this is how the entry will go by. Now, in case of the Starbucks, the par value of the Starbucks, everyone must have heard about Starbucks. People go for a coffee over there. Par value of the stock for Starbucks shares is $0.001. This is their case. Now there's a particular reason behind the lowest price of the par value of the stock. See, par value of the stock is the minimum amount per share that has to be paid to purchase the share. Now this means that company will generate at least the capital, that is the product of the par value of the stock and the number of shares, right? Now place something like this, the low par value of the stock, it helps the companies to avoid any contingent liability. Okay, I'll discuss that. Now, if the shareholders pays less than the par value, if they pay less than the par value of the common stock while the purchasing the share, and the company in future is unable to handle its financial obligation, then shareholders have difference the shareholders have to difference of the what they should have paid, that is the par value per share, and what they have actually paid. Second, on the other hand, if the shareholders pay the par value of the share and in near future the market price of the stock goes, let's say it goes up or it increases, then the stock goes, the market price of the stock goes below the par value of the stock, and the company has to pay the difference in the shareholders. So to completely avoid this two extreme situation, the company issues shares at a very low, often lowest par value, which is 0.01 per share. However, the common stock can also have no par value of the shares. Let's understand. See, the only difference between the par value of the share and the no par value of the share is the minimum legalized amount. So it is the minimum price that must be paid to acquire the share. In the case of the par value of share, a minimum base point is set up, and for no par value of the stock, no minimum base point is set up. Also, we need to note that in case of no par value of the share, there will be no additional paid up capital, and the whole amount would be transferable to the common stock. So the accounting entry for no par value stock would look something like this. The whole amount of the shareholders will be, now let's say, for example, let's say company Q has issued a no par value at $100 and each share. So now the entry would go something like this. The cash account will be debited to the extent of $100 to common stock. That will be to the extent of $100. So this is how the entry will go. Now let's understand what is going to be the effect of the stock split and the reverse stock split, or sorry, the stock split on the par value of the share. So the stock splits are done typically to reduce the market value of the shares. The stock split increases the number of shares and proportionately also reduces the par value of the stock. So what we need to take care over here, that stock split and reverse stock split, they both are going to affect this kind of par values. Now why should you know about the par value of the stock? See, as an investor, you should know the nitty-gritty of the stocks you are investing in. So it's also important that you understand the concept of the par value of the shares and how much the capital, you can say, of the company is legal capital. So you should also understand the difference between the par value of the bond and the par value of stock. This both needs to be understood so that you understand how to look at the actual issuing price of the stock. Second, however, in real sense, par value of the common stock rarely affects your stock holdings on or how the stock will do in the market. But you are someone who would like to go in detail and want to find out how much a company contributes to its legal capital. So you can look into their balance sheet to understand the same. So that's it for the par value topic here. Thank you everyone for joining the session.